Hockey time in Minnesota's capital city for the second time in 6 days. Last year's foes in the Walter Cup final squaring off, the Fleet and the Frost. Boston fresh off its takeover tour win against Montreal in Seattle. And her crew, but she really likes how the team is playing. On the backhand, Coyne Schofield flipped it on. Steered away by Söderberg, and then the drive from the circle, she's able to smother.
Now you're about 8 games in or so, and you're wondering when is it going to happen?
Well, Boston just got its first shot on goal. It was from Tapani. Rebound left out there by Rooney, but nobody trailing on the play. There's another long drive. Knight right out in front. Rebound, they score. Hannah Bilka, the rookie from Texas, with her third goal of the year, and Boston draws first blood.
Well, we were talking about all the players who played well for Boston this season in our Open, and we didn't get a chance to talk about Hannah Bilka, but she gives us a chance to talk about it here, and it's a chaotic sequence out front. Maddie Rooney tries to go for the poke check here on Hillary Knight, and the puck ends up on the side of the net, and Maddie Rooney never really makes full contact with this puck. She keeps swatting away. A couple of defenders converge there, and Bilka finds it on the side of the net, and Rooney was all worried about Knight out front. She left the back door wide open, and Bilka made her pay the price. Under the weather, you need to lean on other players to step up. Kava has shown she can do it, and they're going to need her to do it here.
Here's a 2-on-1 for Boston. Another rebound came out, popped the stick of Schaafsal, and she couldn't slam it in. Good pressure by Boston. Now Minnesota coming back, tipped on, and just wide. That was Heise knifing in with a ton of speed, and it was played beautifully by Emma Söderberg.
Oh, Minnesota almost gets the response they're looking for. 6 shots on net so far, but held off the scoreboard for now. They need a good start to this gameplay after coming off getting shut out. You don't want to go too much longer without getting another goal.
Boston looking for more. Rooney looking for the whistle. Still loose. Boston says they have scored, and there's the signal. Wow, 2-0 Fleet.
Well, Rooney was knocked over, and nobody really reacted to it, so it made me question what I saw. It's Maloney who's credited with the goal. The officials will converge here, but that's Alina Mueller who's out front. And let's see what happens. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the officials are talking, Clay. It looked worse in real time to me than it does on the replay here, but there was definitely some contact there with Rooney. Yeah, I mean, that overhead view is great. Thank you to our crew for that angle. That kind of shows Mueller knocking Rooney in the chest, but it looks like...
Now, will it hold up? Was there contact with Rooney in the crease when that went in?
Well, there was definitely contact, but how was that contact created is the big question, because there was also Minnesota Frost players at the net front as well. And in real time, like I said, it looked to me clear goaltender interference. I was shocked the official didn't wave it off immediately. But the smarter play is to let it play on and then review it after the fact, because of course once you wave off a goal in real time, then you can't, you know, it's harder to look at that again. But this is the angle they're looking at in Toronto right now, the central situation room. And that to me is the most egregious one. That's the one that kind of tells the story, in my opinion. You can see Mueller gets the stick in the chest of Maddie Rooney. And if it were me making the decision, I think I would call this no goal, Clay. But they don't pay me to do that. They pay me to sit in the booth, so we'll see what the officials decide.
Now I can see what you're talking about. But there are 2 players right there that obviously are looking to elevate the offense that at times Boston has been lacking. Alina Mueller, you mentioned it just moments ago, no points on the season. Shea Maloney has been opportunistic, and is this going to hold up?
And I think what they're looking at is, did Natalie Bookbinder push Alina Mueller into her? They kind of converge at the same time. It's tough. It's really tough. I would say no goal. It looks like they've made a decision. We'll hear what the officials decide here.
After video review, the call on the ice is overturned. We have no goal.
Yeah, they agree with you, Alexis. It's bottled up a little bit. Now guided out of the zone by Minnesota. Coyne Schofield gets it ahead to Panic. She'll go right to the goal, and they score on the rebound. Denisa Křížová. Her first point since the season opener.
Well, that's the response that the Minnesota Frost needed, and Křížová goes straight to the net and is able to get her stick on this one. She had 3 goals last season, gets her first here. It's Panic who sends that first shot in, and Söderberg doesn't see Křížová on the back door, can't get there in time, I should say, and she's able to get this one tied up, and Panic was trying to sneak that one past the glove side, and Söderberg makes the first save, but can't stop the second chance by Křížová, who gets the Minnesota Frost back in this one. A much-needed goal.
At center, advanced by Boston. Jamie Lee Rattray coming in. Close range shot, rebound. Couple of shots at it out in front. Brandt whacking at it. And the Fleet can't bury it. They had some grade A opportunities.
Comes back home. They're a little further up the standings than they were when they left.
Good rink-wide pass from Curl to Kava. Kava on the back check. Keller did a nice job to push her outside enough. Bookbinder still got a shot on.
But what a heads-up play by Kava. She didn't have the shot or the angle, so she just dropped it back knowing there was going to be a trailer in a purple jersey, and she made the most of the play anyway. That play looked like it wasn't even going to happen, and Kava is able to get the pass over for the shot.
Lead pass ahead there for Curl. She is slammed up against the wall. Now a chance here for Boston. 3-on-2 down low. Save! And the rebound slides right through the paint.
That was juicy, and nobody home in a white jersey to find that loose puck.
Here comes Britta Curl again for Minnesota the other way. Off the skate of DiGirolamo. And no one there to take advantage of the opportunity for Minnesota.
You take fatigue into consideration, face-offs, and winning or losing them.
Backhand on for Kava. And Söderberg very steady. Shepers keeps it in deep. Morin will jump on it for Boston. Kind of a soft pass, turned it over. Now Shepers a drive and up into the mesh off the body of Söderberg. That's the mistake Boston couldn't afford, but they duck it. They get away with it.
And from the defender.
Now here's Kava onside. She'll take it to the middle. Feeds it down, gets a return pass. Shot goes over the top of the net. That's one of the best scoring chances Minnesota's had in a while. 15 seconds to go. There's a one-timer by Morin. I'm not sure Rooney got a piece of it. It hit somebody else, I think.
Yeah, and deflected to the other side of the net, and Minnesota able to pick it up and clear it out.
Rooney's going to have to handle one more. She'll make the stop. That does it in regulation, and we're going to 3-on-3 overtime. Thompson has to gather it back up. Here's a good lead pass. Kava with Heise. Kava looking for the wrapper on Heise, trying to jam at it. Söderberg, great stop. Kept her eyes on it the whole time. Here's Bilka again. She got the first one for Boston tonight. Can she get the game winner? Shot and the save. And the rebound is cleared by Minnesota.
Seeing some great looks here in this overtime frame.
Heise. Slot. Shot. She scores! Taylor Heise. Game winner in overtime.
Snipe City, no chance for Emma Söderberg, and we've seen Taylor Heise score goals like that before. Her release is part of what makes her such a superstar in this league. And Minnesota, in back-to-back games on home ice against this Boston Fleet team, find a way to win in overtime. 2 different heroes, but either way, they get the job done. And look at that smile on Taylor Heise's face. That's got to feel good.
Wrister blocker side is Söderberg. Heise with her second goal of the year, and it's the game winner at 3:20 of the OT.
Man, what a shot by Taylor Heise, and again, coming off a game where she was still feeling a little under the weather, didn't get the ice time she normally gets because of it. Here today, she was all over the place and is able to seal the deal with the game winner in overtime. And Taylor Heise celebrating with the rest of her teammates on that one. Minnesota picks up a huge couple of points against this Boston team. And now they'll wait and see what Montreal does in their game tonight and see if Minnesota is still in the same spot in the standings by the end of the night.